When we started, we didn't even know if it was possible yet, if you could build a building that generated all of its own electricity, captured rainwater for all the water that the occupants would need in the building, flushing toilets, drinking water, everything. And then also to do a building that fully offset the carbon that was required to build the building. The carbon offsets, it's net positive energy, water, treats all of its own waste, it's net zero carbon as well. So it's a building that really tries to right all of the wrongs that have existed in the built environment, all the industries that are responsible for the built environment. Big idea is, can we support humanity, civilization on this planet without impacting the environment, the natural environment? Change our perception of what we can do and how far can we go, and can we be positive? Can we have no environmental impact? And part of the goal with the Bullitt Center project was to inspire future projects, future leaders. So it was really rediscovering kind of a lost art in this, that we can use wood for bigger buildings and commercial buildings, not just for houses, which is where it's typically used in the US. And it was a very provocative, game-changing building. And it was an honor to be a part of it. The firm that I work for, Miller Hull, has been focused on sustainable buildings, from the outset. So in the late 70s, when we had the energy crisis in the United States, a lot of people started thinking about the environmental footprint of buildings, vehicles, emissions. We start to see the impacts. So I think the movement and what would become the Bullitt Center, it was really generated in the 1970s. That's kind of when the world first started to realize that there were limits. We need a newfound appreciation for wood, for timber buildings, and we need to understand that there's no compromise to go with a wood building. We tend to think that concrete and steel are better because they're non-combustible, but mass timber, we've addressed all the fire issues. Wood burns slowly and very predictably, so we can control the fire issues. What really matters now is environmental awareness and our carbon footprint, and accounting for the environmental impacts of the materials and the choices that we make when we're designing and building buildings. So for that reason, wood is our future. It can perform just as well as concrete and steel in most applications. So I think we should use wood first. Use wood until you can't use wood, until there's a reason, structural or earthquake or some fire issues, building code issues. Then we look at concrete and steel. But for most buildings, the vast majority of buildings in the world, timber is absolutely adequate. It's good to use wood.
It's good to use wood.